over the rainbow, way up high. Were dreams that you dreamed of once, maybe love goodbye. Whoa, whoa, somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. And the dreams that you dream of is ready to come true. Whoa, someday I wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where trouble melts like lemon drops high above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the bride.
Do 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 do. But today I'm laughing the clouds away. I hear what the flowers say and drink every drop of rain. And I see the places that I have been, the ways that I've never seen. The side of the grass is green, and I can't believe that it's so simple. It feels so natural to me. If this is love, then love is easy. It's the easiest thing to do. If this is love, then love completes me, 'cause it feels like I've been missing you. A simple equation with no complications to leave you confused. If this is love, oh, if this is love, it's the easiest thing to do. Do 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 do.
Secret moment. Just a small logistical hitch, but we'll fix it, don't worry. And meanwhile, we'll get on with the ceremony. We've got Aylon's mother on the job, so it'll be done perfectly, whatever it is. So, ladies and gentlemen, greetings and welcome. And thank you, Lawrence, for your music to accompany the arrival of a beautiful bride. Oh, and of course, the beautiful bridesmaids before that. So welcome to you all who have travelled here from near and far to witness and celebrate the marriage of Wafaa and Aylon. A special welcome to those of you who have travelled a long way to be here, those from as far away as Israel, and of course, those from Australia. Yeah, g'day. We acknowledge also all those who, for whatever reason, cannot be here in person, but are here in spirit and here in our hearts. And for some of those people, they may be watching us on the internet, because courtesy of the internet, here we have it being streamed live to anyone in the world who wants to watch, including the security people in the United States. Maybe. Anyway, where are we going with this ceremony? Well, after this brief introduction and a few more preliminaries, we'll then move into things that make this ceremony very special for these two. It couldn't be anyone else's wedding. And then after that, they will say their vows to one another in front of us all, for all of us to hear. And then after we've signed the documents, a few more closing things, and then they will lead us to the party. I can tell by the way you're smiling, you're looking forward to that, aren't you? Yes. So I'll get on with it. So we're gathered here today to witness the marriage of Wafaa and Aylon. and to share with them in their happiness and their hopes for the future. Aylon and Wafaa see their getting married as a public statement of their commitment to each other and an acknowledgement of the joining of their two families. So let us not dwell on what happened yesterday. Let us not even be concerned about what may happen tomorrow, but rather let us be here in this beautiful place on this wonderful day with the weather they have been gifted in spite of all. This beautiful weather at this special time for these two whose marriage we are celebrating. You're being looked after. And so we can be truly in the present. Let us just pause for a moment, and together let us take 3 breaths of this beautiful country air. First of all, with the earth beneath us, and with the sky above us, and because we're on an island, with the sea around us. Now, as long as nobody is hyperventilated at that point, we can get on with the ceremony. Many of you will know something of the Wafaa and Aylon story. Some of you may even think you know everything there is to know about the Wafaa and Aylon story. But for the benefit of all here present, I will now briefly relate some of the highlights. If anyone's feeling concerned about what may be revealed, I can reassure you, especially parents and people like that I'm conscious this is a family show and there are young children present. An appropriate decorum will be observed. In fact, Aylon and Wafaa have exercised editorial control over the content, so we'll be having the Reader's Digest abridged version. Sorry to disappoint anybody who was hoping for the full Mills and Boon, or perhaps a Women's Day expose. Now, this is quite a story, so fasten your seatbelts, and here we go. Wafaa and Aylon first met online through a Facebook app called Zoosk on the 31st of January 2008. Aylon messaged Wafaa and they corresponded via Zoosk and text messages for about 2 weeks. Aylon, being a wise man, adopted a careful approach and kept his communication to general topics of conversation. Wafaa, however, didn't like the slow progress and eventually messaged Aylon saying, "So, are you going to ask me out or do you just want to chat here?" Wow, no nonsense, eh? So how did Aylon feel about Wafaa's very direct approach? Well, this is what he told me. "I felt relieved by this because it took away the pressure of rejection." But wait, there's more. So Aylon suggested they meet at Sylvia Park for a coffee. And this is what Wafaa replied. "You know what? Forget about it." This immediately made Aylon think she was probably high maintenance. But he replied anyway with, "Okay, but can I ask why?" It's a risky question, you know, my friend. But you probably had little to lose, I imagine, at that time. And what was Wafaa's reply? She said that on the first date, she expected the guy to pick her up. Aylon replied, "Well, I normally agree, but since we were meeting from the internet, and I may be an axe-murderer, you may not want me to know where you live." Wafaa said she'd never thought about it that way. And that Aylon had a good point. Very wise woman, you see, giving him a little bit of credibility there. Anyway, nevertheless, in spite of the potential risks from an ex-murderer, self-confessed, they arranged for Aylon to pick up Wafaa from her house on the 17th of February 2008. So how did their first face-to-face meeting go? Well, here's what they each told me. Wafaa said that Aylon arrived to pick her up and she came downstairs walking towards his car. Aylon was looking at her with his mouth dropped open like a fish, gasping for air. On the other hand, Aylon said he doesn't remember that part. But the only thing he does remember about that moment was Wafaa wearing this classy yellow dress, seems to run in the family, and looking amazing. She was significantly better looking than her online picture. And this led him to believe that his immediate thought was, "Wow, she's completely outside my league. And I will be relegated to the friend category fairly soon after the date." Oh dear. Actually, Aylon told me, to this day, am I allowed to say that? To this day, I still believe she is out of my league. His brother agrees with it. Yeah. Can you guys keep the family squabbles alive? From their online conversations, Aylon knew Wafaa was from Iraq. And he wanted to bring up relatively early on that he was Jewish, in case that might be a deal breaker for him. They each have a different recollection of how this sensitive subject was raised. Aylon recalls this. I remember bringing it up in the car after I picked her up. I just casually mentioned that I was Jewish, and after that was an issue. She laughed and said no. That's what he recalls. But Wafaa remembers, while having dinner on the date, I asked Aylon if he was Christian. And he said, no, I am Jewish. And keeping my cool, I said, oh, okay. But what I was thinking was, I can't wait to get home and tell my sisters I've been out on a date with a Jewish guy. Now, whichever version is correct, because I kind of like them both. How did the rest of that date proceed? Well, they went for a dinner at a Japanese restaurant in Mission Bay. It was Wafaa's first time eating Japanese. They kept the conversation light, talking about TV shows and movies that they liked. You know, get to know each other type of stuff. After the meal, Wafaa excused herself to go to the bathroom, and while she was there, Aylon went and paid, which he has always thought was quite a smooth move. Once they stepped outside, Aylon asked Wafaa if she wanted to get an ice cream for dessert. She said no. He then asked her if she wanted to get a coffee, perhaps. She said no. At this point, since he already felt that she was out of his league anyway, Aylon thought, okay, cool. She got her free meal and now the date's over. But just as he was thinking that, Wafaa, always keeping him on edge, you see, she asked, how about we go for a walk? Aylon was pleasantly surprised and more than a little thankful for this positive turn of events. So they started walking towards the beach there at Mission Bay, and they noticed a black guy wearing a mustard yellow suit with a cigarette in one hand and a Smirnoff vodka bottle in the other. Once he saw them, he smiled and immediately walked over to them, saying how nice it is to see people so well dressed on a Wednesday night. Then suddenly he pointed at Aylon's shoulder and said, do you know what's there? Aylon said no. The guy then pointed out to the bay and asked if they knew where the water came from. I think this guy's been on more than vodka, right? Aylon, trying to humor him, replied, the ocean? He said, no, it comes from Jesus. And he started to tell them the story of Jesus. Wafaa, being businesslike, interrupted him, saying she'd heard the story before and she didn't want to hear it again. So the guy simply smiled, told him to have a good night, and he walked off with his cigarette and his bottle of vodka. Now, considering their cultural backgrounds, Aylon and Wafaa thought it was pretty funny that Jesus would turn up on their first date, because they were definitely the wrong audience. After this unusual encounter, they went and sat by the water. Wafaa got cold, and Aylon, ever the gentleman, gave her his jacket. Oh. Well brought up, eh? Yeah. From there, the conversation got deeper, and they started talking about how some people are cycle followers and others are cycle breakers. The date ended with the two of them sitting side by side, or they both believed, of course, that they were cycle breakers. Anyway, it ended up with them sitting side by side, watching the sun set over the sea. I don't know whether I said that properly, but that's what it was like. Very romantic, eh? And so their journey together had begun. They dated for a few months and things didn't really progress to anything serious. Then Aylon went on a trip to Sydney and they both found themselves missing each other so much that they were texting several times every day. Oh. Things got more serious following this, and after they'd been together for 6 months, during a romantic moment, Aylon told Wafaa, I love you. To which she responded, are you serious? This completely killed any romance in the moment, right? Oh dear, how sad, never mind. That was only a very brief, momentary obstacle, however, and about another 6 months down the track, they moved in together. And there are many stories we can tell about the adventures these two have shared on their journey together over the past 4 years. I'll tell you just one random event that really stands out as it is reminiscent of that unusual encounter they had on their first date. One night they were getting petrol at the BP station in Northcote. They never go there usually, and neither of them can remind me or think again of why they were there that particular night. But while the gas was filling, they were standing next to the car, and Aylon, ever the romantic, gave Wafaa a little kiss. Then this random guy from the car next door comes over and says, "Excuse me, I just want to say one thing. If the Middle East had a little bit of what you two guys had just now, we'd be heaven on earth." They attract some weirdos, don't they? He then walked away, and that was it. They didn't see him again. Wafaa and Aylon were amazed and floored by this random event, because there is no way this guy could have known their cultural backgrounds. It was really odd, but a very special moment. Perhaps it was the second coming of Jesus. Yes, there are many stories, but this is supposed to be the Reader's Digest abridged version. I'll skip over any more stories, go straight to the part that I know you've all been waiting for, the proposal. The proposal took place on Wednesday, the 4th of April, 2012, at around 5:30 p.m. Having met online, it is not surprising that Aylon chose to propose to Wafaa online also. Now, you probably know that Aylon writes for a gaming website called nzgamer.com, and he asked his editor if they would mind helping with the proposal through a fake article. They said sure, and the plan was sprung. For those who haven't seen it, we can give you the link later. But in the meantime, let's hear from Aylon's version of how the plan unfolded. This is what he told me. "I remember that I got the idea on Friday the 30th of March. I bought the ring next day on the Saturday, and I proposed on the following Wednesday, the 4th of April. There was a special reason for the tight deadline. I actually had planned to propose about a year earlier, but for financial reasons I had to delay it. The problem was I had already bought a coupon for a limo ride, and I'd always planned to have that as part of my proposal. The coupon was going to expire." You're not Jewish, eh? No. The coupon was going to expire on Wednesday at midnight, so I proposed on Wednesday. I didn't want it to go to waste. You taught him some good frugal habits. What a romantic reason for proposing, eh? I'm sure there was others. The article that he'd written was titled "The Best Co-op Game Ever," and featured a series of 3 photos of Aylon holding up large signs. The first sign simply had one word, Wafaa, ... The second said, "Will you marry me?" Question. And the third said, "Yes, I am serious." Anyway, when the article went up, Aylon told Wafaa that a new feature he'd written was getting a big reaction, and she should go online and check it out. While she did that, Aylon went to the bedroom to retrieve the ring. Just as Wafaa saw the proposal part of the article, Aylon came back into the room, got on one knee, and asked her, "Will you marry me?" Once Wafaa overcame her surprise and confusion, of course the answer was obviously yes. She did, however, have quite a reaction while first reading the article, and the whole thing was captured on video by Aylon's iPhone, which he had cunningly concealed beforehand. Yes, for those who are interested in seeing it firsthand, the link to YouTube evidence of this is available after the ceremony also. Now, just to wrap this up, after the proposal, they went out for dinner to celebrate. Aylon still had a limo that was going to arrive at 8:30 p.m. as a surprise. But by 8 o'clock, Wafaa said she was tired. Aylon tried everything to stall, but without success. So they went home and Wafaa changed into her PJs. At 8:30, Aylon got a call from the limo driver to say he was outside. Aylon said to Wafaa, "I know you're tired, and I'm really sorry, but there is a limo waiting outside." So Wafaa relented, and they had a nice trip up Mount Victoria for a beautiful view of the city at night. It was a wonderful conclusion to a very, very special day. Or in case anyone's wondering, Wafaa did change out of her PJ. So, everybody, here we are. 5 years and 8 months since they met through Zoosk, the electronic matchmaker on Facebook, and some 18 months since the surprise online proposal, and Wafaa and Aylon have invited all of you, their families and their friends, to share in their wedding. So I have a question for all of you now. Having heard their love story, or perhaps in spite of having heard it, do you here today as witnesses to this wedding agree to stand by Wafaa and Aylon and support them as they go forward in married life together? Yes. It doesn't sound very sincere.
Yes.
Much better, thank you. So now we move on to the things that you would expect in a proper marriage ceremony. First of all, I must test their intentions towards one another. However, the story may make it seem obvious, but I still have to do it. Aylon, do you enter into this marriage willingly and of your own free choice? Do you wish to have Wafaa, this modest-looking person here, to be your wife? Do you promise to love her, comfort her, honour and keep her, in sickness and in health, remaining faithful to her as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Well done. Give them some applause. Now the test. Will she agree also? Wafaa, will you enter into this marriage willingly and of your own free choice? Do you wish to have Aylon, this handsome-looking dude here, to be your husband? Do you promise to love him, comfort him, honour and keep him in sickness and in health, remaining faithful to him as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Right. Yeah, well done. Well, we're nearly there then, aren't we? So would you now pass your bouquet to Safa? Thank you. And the two of you would like to step forward now and face each other and hold hands. The wind's playing havoc. Yes. So they're now going to make their vows to one another for all of us to hear. And we'll start with him again. It's his turn first. So, why don't I let you have a look at that, in case I get it wrong.
Wafaa, I take you to be my best friend, my faithful partner, my one true love, to live in the warmth of your heart and always call it home. I promise to encourage you, inspire you, and to love you truly through the good times and the bad. I will forever be there to laugh with you, to lift you up when you are down, and to love you unconditionally through all of our adventures in life together. So I, Aylon David Herbert, take you, Wafaa Hadi Mahud Humadi, to be my lawfully wedded wife.
I think that was the same. Oh, yeah. Okay. Very well done. So did you like the way he said that? Maybe you'd like to say something back to him.
Aylon, I take you to be my best friend, my faithful partner, and one true love, to live in the warmth of my heart and always call it home. I promise to encourage you, inspire you, and to love you truly, through the good times and the bad. I will forever be there to laugh with you, to lift you up when you are down, and to love you unconditionally through all of the adventures in life together. So, I, Wafaa Hadi Mahmoud Hamadi, take you, Aylon David Herbert, to be my lawfully wedded husband.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. Give them a round of applause. And you just need a bit more practice on her full name, but you probably won't have to use it very often. So, having made their vows to one another, Aylon and Wafaa will now confirm their undertakings by exchanging rings. Of course, it's good to remind ourselves that wedding rings offer us a number of important symbols about marriage. First, they are a continuous unbroken circle, and this represents the everlasting nature of a marriage commitment. Secondly, they are made of precious metal, and this reminds us of just how precious is true love between a man and a woman. And a third symbol is the ritual of the bride and groom placing the rings on one another's hands. In many ways, this is the most powerful symbol of all. For Aylon and Wafaa, these are the hands that will work alongside yours as together you build your future. So, Ira, do you have the ring that Aylon would like to give to Wafaa? This is a worry. Oh, good man, yes. There we are. Now, Aylon, as you place the ring on Wafaa's finger, would you say after me? Or would you look at her because I like you, but not that much? Wafaa, with this ring, I give you my heart.
Wafaa, with this ring, I give you my heart.
Along with my heart,
I
give you everlasting strength.
I give you everlasting strength
and eternal love.
love.
Accept and wear this ring
Accept and wear this ring
as a symbol of the love I feel for you
as a symbol of the love I feel for you
and the promises we have made to each other.
and the promises that we have made to each other.
Can you place it on the finger? Now, Safa, would you like to pass your flowers all to Leela? Leela, that's good. And you've got a ring there somewhere? You have. Would you like to give it to Wafaa so she can give it to her? Beautiful. As you place the ring on his finger, would you repeat after me? Aylon, with this ring I give you my heart.
Aylon, with this ring I give you my heart.
Along with my heart,
Along with my heart,
I give you everlasting strength
I give you everlasting strength
and eternal love.
and eternal love.
Accept and wear this ring
Accept and wear this ring
as a symbol of the love I feel for you
as a symbol of the love I feel for you
and the promises we have made to each other.
and the promises we have made for each other.
Wonderful. Yeah, that's good. Same thing. Place it on his finger. You did better with that than he did with your name. Anyway, we won't mention that too often. So, Aylon and Wafaa, you have made promises to each other, and you've exchanged rings as a symbol of your love. By the authority vested in me, I now pronounce you husband and wife, and you may seal your promises with a kiss. Or as many kisses as you like. Yes. So we're now going to, while some music plays, we're going to go and, no, that's later. Yeah, later. They're not married yet till they sign the papers. So we can't do that yet.
Spoilers.
He's very keen. He's very keen. It was the one important thing he had to do apart from the ring. So well done. That's what brothers are for, right? Yeah. So if you would like to escort your bride now to this, where's the barrel? Over here. Sorry, this one, that's it. You'd like to escort your bride, and perhaps if you'd like to put that back there and come and escort Wafaa, because you and she are going to be the witnesses. Thank you. Thanks.
Well, you done me and you bet I felt it. I tried to beat you, but you're so hot that I melted. I fell right through the cracks. Now I'm trying to get back. Before the cool done run out, I'll be giving it my bestest, and nothing's gonna stop me but divine intervention. I reckon it's again my turn to win some or learn some, but I won't hesitate no more, no more. It cannot wait. I'm yours. Well, open up your mind and see like me. Open up your plans and damn, you're free. I look into your heart and you'll find love, 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 love. Listen to the music of the moment, people dance and sing. We're just one big family, and it's our God-forsaken right to be loved, love, 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 love. So I won't hesitate no more, no more. It cannot wait. I'm sure there's no need to complicate. Our time is short. This is our fate. I'm yours. Do 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 do, but do 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 do, but do you want to come on? Scooch on over closer, dear, and I will nibble your ear. Soon to bop, 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 bop. I've been spinning way too long, checking my tongue in the mirror and bending over backwards just to try to see it clearer. But my breath fogged up the glass, and so I drew a new face and I laughed. I guess what I'll be saying is there ain't no better reason to rid yourself of vanities and just go with the seasons. It's what we aim to do. Our name is our virtue, but I won't hesitate no more, no more. It cannot wait. I'm yours. Open up your mind and see like me. Open up your plans and damn, you're free. I look into your heart and you find that the sky is yours. So please don't, please don't, please don't. There's no need to complicate. 'Cause
So, ladies and gentlemen, here it is, all signed and sealed now. At last, after all the efforts that Aylon had to go to. And here it is. But there's only one copy for them because the other copy I take away and put into the public record, you see. So there's two of them. They don't look like they've just been married, do they? Get a bit closer, you guys. You can hold hands even if you want. No, I'm out of it now. It's up to you guys now. I've done my bit. But here it is. There's two of them and only one copy. So should I give it to Wafaa or Aylon? Sounds like they know who's in charge here, right? So, Wafaa and Aylon, as together you embark on the journey of your married life, on behalf of all who are gathered here and all your family and friends who are watching this from afar, g'day, I extend to you good wishes, friendship and love in support of the commitment that you have made to each other. May your love deepen and grow through all the trials and triumphs that life has to offer you. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pleasure that I now present to you the married couple, Mr. and Mrs. Aylon and Wafaa Herbert. Now, when I was working with them, preparing their wedding ceremony, Aylon was able to negotiate the inclusion in their ceremony of just one Jewish tradition, the breaking of the glass. There are many explanations as to the origin of this tradition and its meaning. Suffice to say, very importantly, Wafaa, as a good wife, is allowing her husband to have his way just this once. Leon, would you please bring the glass? Yep, right, that's it. And here we go. If you'd like to come forward, both of you keep an eye on him, make sure he does it properly now, Wafaa. Seeing you let him do it. Are you ready? Mazel tov! Congratulations! And cheers.
It's a beautiful night. We're looking for something dumb to do.